and welcome back to another featured episode of the Jimmy T Podcast. And we're here to talk about UCF's bowl announcement this week, as it will be announced officially later today when we're recording this, is that UCF will be most likely going to the Cure Bowl down the street in the Citrus Bowl here in Orlando. And that was kind of paired with the kind of push from Athletic Director Danny White for UCF, kind of pushing for students and fans, UCF fans in general, to buy through UCF for the bowl game for the tickets. And they said the claim to be competitively priced, which I would hope it would be, and it should be, that UCF will want to make it as attractive as possible to buy through them so it can kind of help support the university, support the athletic program, and kind of push to kind of keep building the program up as they've done this year and as Danny White has since he's taken over at the end of last year, putting in a lot of great coaches in place like Coach Frost and Coach Dawkins and a lot of other coaches across the board and all these new positions for sports. Baseball, soccer, we've even added on, women's basketball, just everything across the board will be new. And this is the process that when he came in, he wanted to start, and is started with football and hopefully will continue on. And that'll continue with buying for the bowl game and supporting the UCF Knights through that. But I know my one just kind of a thought that kind of came up to me that through hearing this announcement, hearing this kind of not necessarily beg, but just more of a asking and saying like, well, this is why we're doing so from UCF Athletics, is that I see from a student standpoint, it's very difficult to get behind the idea of putting more money into the athletics program when it seems like they're trying to start to slowly lessen and impact the student experience in not a great way. And that comes in the form we mentioned in an earlier episode about the cabanas that they'll be adding on the sideline right in front of the student section, which will be blocking student view of the home end zone. And it's just something that when you see a program doing this and then turning around and asking for more money from students, that's a difficult sell, at least to me. Because the UCF program is getting a lot of money from students as is, and it comes in the form of your free admission to athletic events, which is justified and rightfully so by the athletic tuition fee. And all of that in there is a big part of the revenue for the UCF athletic program. And so to see that the students are already providing a lot of money annually and providing what is, on a good year, 50+% of UCF's revenue for their athletic program, then to turn around and ask for more money, and then while they are doing so, planning and actively going to act not necessarily against student interests, but definitely not in favor of it when it comes to athletic events. And I don't think that UCF will be going any further, and I do think that we should support the Knights in every way we can, and that comes through buying tickets through UCF for this bowl game. I think it's just something as a fan to kind of just voice your opinion and let the program know, to say that while we do want to continue to support you guys, to say that also maybe we just need to kind of start catering to students a little bit more, as that is a 11-week, 12-week wooing period through the season with wins and having great fan experiences at the stadium, which will get students to want to stay. And then in turn, with better bowl games, wanting to go to the bowl game and buy through UCF and have that support. But it is just for me, just this week, seeing this announcement, as it is all exciting, but then it does come with the reality that UCF Athletics is still trying to make money off of this bowl game, and that's going to come through them selling their allotted amount of tickets that the Cure Bowl most likely will be providing for them. And that's just something that I think is important to think about, and just something to wonder about this week as we build up to the bowl game, as we get the official announcement, and look forward to the bowl game that will be on December 17th, most likely, if it is the Cure Bowl. And this has been another featured episode of the Jimmy T Podcast. We'll see you next time.